Hello and happy Thursday, and thank you for checking out my channel, The Day Tradester, and thank you for checking out what I do for my swing trading. So I'm just going to get right into the charts today. Don't have a great deal of time to make the video, but first we'll look at the SPY index to the S&P 500 on our daily chart. This is all of this price action for today. And you can see that we started out at 636 roughly. We're now down to 630, but we've been trading in a range for several weeks now. We're not really going anywhere. You know, the question is are we going to go up? Are we going to go down? Are we going to go up? Are we going to go down? Up? Or are we going to go down? So at this point, if we look at this pattern here, tomorrow, would it be a safe bet that we're going to go up? Well, I don't trade like that. I don't buy stocks on guesses. I buy stocks and trade stocks on actual triggers and price action. Now, I don't have a great deal of stocks to sell because we've been in this range. So a lot of the stocks that we've purchased or sold are already taken care of. You know, stocks that we purchased up here, this price is already too low, so we can't sell, so they're just sitting there. And stocks that we sold down here, well, we've already sold them. But we do have stocks that are going to earnings this afternoon, so we will be taking care of some sales there. So the first stock we're going to look at for that is going to be SoundHound, S-O-U-N. Now, I currently have 84 shares, and my purchase price is already significantly higher than the current price. But in case earnings goes up, we're going to go ahead and cancel 42 shares because I want to have 42 shares remaining. I buy these in blocks of 21, so I want to sell half of my blocks at earnings. So we're going to keep the two lowest at 1574, and we're going to cancel this one. And then we're going to go to our next list, which is 1574. So now we have 42 shares of SoundHound. Next one is going to be Rocket Lab, RKLB. Now we have two things happening today. So we had a price alert to sell yesterday when we had the cross. And then I waited for continuation, which is today. And price, even though it's going up, is still lower than our opening yesterday, and it's going to be right around our close of yesterday. So typically when we have our fast moving average cross below our slow moving average, that's a sell opportunity. That's a trigger for me to sell. And that's a trigger for me to try to sell all the way out of our position. However, we have 10 shares. I buy in blocks of 5. So currently I have 2 blocks of 5. Now one of the blocks, we're going to cancel this, and we're going to sell 5. And it's just the way timing is working out that it just happens to be earnings. If we weren't in earnings, I would have left that sell order on for the other 5. But because it's earnings, we're going to sell half the blocks regardless. And because we crossed down, I try to sell out. So we're just going to sell 5. And this is going to be at a profit. I bought Rocket Lab. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and cancel this. That didn't take. So let's drop back down to 44.16. And that's not going. We're just going to sell for market. And there we go. That took. Now the 5 I just sold are coming from this purchase of 28.80. So we went from 28.80 and we sold roughly at 44. So that's roughly a $16 purchase. So that would be roughly an $80 profit for today on Rocket Lab. And hopefully the earnings goes up, and we'll capture those 5 as well tomorrow. Right, next is Twilio. That's TWLO. Well, we had a huge move down on Twilio today. Unfortunately for me, we will not be able to sell any of the blocks of Twilio. We had price going down. Not only did it cross both the fast and the slow moving average, we have the fast moving average crossing today. However, if it wasn't earnings, I would wait for a continuation tomorrow to see if we're actually going to sell. But I buy these in blocks of 2, which I max out at 8. So I'm going to create a sell order for 2 of the Twilio in case price spikes spikes up, we'll be able to capture that sale, and it's quite possible that it could spike up and just turn right back around and go down. So if it does go down, at least we will have sold for a very small profit, 2 of our Twilio. All right, so I'm going to place a sell order for 2. Right click in here, we're going to go to 2, and I purchased Twilio at 122.82. So from the first digit, 10% of 100 is 10. So we're going to add 10 to our purchase price of 122.82 of 10 cent to 122.92. So we'll just hit this up to 92. Good until extended. And we're going to confirm and send. So there's Twilio. We've got that sell order in place. And Twilio just sold. Look at that. So we've captured that gain, and then if price continues to go up, we still have 2 more. We still have 4 more, but 2 sets of 2. And if price continues to go down, then at least we've reduced the amount of our overall loss or our downturn. And okay, next on the list is Team. Let's take a look at Team. All right, we own 4. We have 4. We're going to cancel because we're at earnings. Just in case price spikes up, we only want to sell 2 of these. So they're both at 218.25. So that way we possibly might sell half if it spikes up. Now, if it continues, if it just has great earnings and it goes up and it continues to go up, well, then we've just lost the opportunity of gains on two shares. But again, this is about protecting our money and reducing our overall drop in value. Next is Monster Energy Drink, MNST. Oh, they've had a great day today. Now you can see right here, I purchased 12 at $60.40. If I were to sell, which I'm going to sell half of the blocks we own. I buy these in blocks of 3, so we're going to sell 6 of these, and we're just going to go ahead and sell them right now at $60.84. That'll be a very small profit. Again, this is to protect the downturn. If it goes up, great, we'll still have gains. Not only do we have gains, we also made a little bit of profit. We made 40 cent profit on 6 shares, so $2. All right, we're going to look at AKAM, AKAM. I have 1 of these and only 1, and that's $102. We'll go ahead and take off the sell order just in case price moves up, and it moves up $30. Then we'll keep that. Then we have SVM, which is a silver core metals. I currently have 148 shares. I had a sell order until recently. Price started to go up, and because it's earnings, so we want to sell. I've been day trading SVM today, so I've already sold 333 shares of SVM today, bought and sold. So we're going to sell 74. Backspace 74. And our last purchase price was $478. We're currently at $479. So we'll just go ahead and set a sell order there. $479. And we sold 74. So we got 74 and 74 is just shy of $1.50. Big gain there. Doesn't matter how small or large a gain is. Even the small gains add up. All right, next on the list is Clean Spark, CLSK. We have earnings on that today. We have 64 shares. They're all up here, way up here at $14. So we'll go ahead and cancel. What do we want to cancel? Buy these in blocks of 13. So we'll at least cancel the 2 highest price, which is right there. So we'll leave those there. Right there, we'll leave those there. Maybe if price goes up, same thing, we'll get the sale. All right, next on the list is GCT. And I own 4. We have 4. I'm going to cancel that. I purchased GCT at 26.77. Actually, GCT is part of my other strategy, so we're not selling that at all. So we'll move on to NTRA, NTRA. NTRA. There we have that. We own 4. I like to be maxed out at 8, so we already have half. However, this is already $20 lower than our lowest purchase. So we're going to cancel these 2 here, and we'll keep these 2 there. So our last one that we're looking at, well, that's it. That is the last one, I believe. Yep, that's the last one we're looking at for the earnings. That's all the stocks on our earnings list. Now we're going to go to our actually triggers that were activated today or yesterday to see what we have to sell there, if we have anything. So the first one's going to be XLY. All right, so that's clearly not a sell trigger. We actually have a buy signal that was triggered yesterday from the price increase. We currently have a buy signal here. However, our fast moving line, just like yesterday, is still below the slow moving line. So we do not make any purchases until this line is a confirmed cross. And what a confirmed cross is you can see we're on this particular candle, we had price rise above and cross the fast moving line, cross the slow moving line. And we had confirmation the following day, but we did not buy. It was still here. And we waited to buy on the green candle here. So, or we would have waited to buy. So after we actually have a cross in either direction, up or down, we want a clear gap between the 2 lines. And then we want confirmation of price moving in the direction on the day that it actually crossed, which we would have had this day. Which is why I bought 4 on this particular day at 218. So I would have bought somewhere around in here, right there. All right. So again, with price action lower than the slow moving average, we're just going to move on to our next stock to take a look at, and that is XLI. So we have a cross yesterday. We have a continuation of the cross down. So I currently have 2 shares of XLI. We have 1 currently with the limit order, and I have 1 that we bought at 145.46. So we are going to sell that. So we're going to sell, I can't come in here because it's after hours now. Active Trader only works during the operation only open hours of the New York Stock Exchange. So coming to XLI, we're going to set a sell order, sell. We're only selling 1. The current price is 150.71, and I bought at, again, at 145.46. Good till cancel. And there it goes. So there's a small profit of roughly $5 on that one. Next on our list to look at is Taiwan Semiconductor, TSM. We had price trigger yesterday as the fast moving line, crossed the slow, but however, we had price go back up. Now tomorrow, if price stays above and we have a cross tomorrow, I may buy without confirmation because it is a semiconductor stock. So as I said before in previous videos, semiconductor stocks, even if they go down for a little bit, whether it's a day, a week, or even a month or so, they won't be down long before they turn right back around. So I mean, we'll see what happens tomorrow. So our next one that we're going to look at is SMH. Now some of these we looked at yesterday or the day before. Many of these we'll look at as long as price is moving around, crossing back and forth over either the fast moving line or the slow moving line, or we have the fast moving line crossing over. We can look at some of these every day. Now, when we have stocks that move like this, it can be multiple days before even weeks. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This was almost 2 weeks because it's only a 5-day work week. So we had a sell trigger yesterday. We had a small cross, not much, but yet we had price move back up again, just like the TSM stock. So we're going to move on to JBL. And I know JBL is hovering there's a big convergence between price and all the moving averages. So they're just all hovering right around together for 3 days now. So we had a cross yesterday. We do have a confirmed cross. However, I only have one share and then already has a limit order. So we're just going to leave that alone. Now back here at earnings, all the way back on June 17th, I had 3 shares of JBL. So I sold 1 and then we made a profit on those other 2. So from here to there, I did have 3 shares. So we made a profit from 148 to 179, which was a $30 profit. And then I had 2 shares running from, we'll just say 180 up to 222, so we'll just round that down to $40. So that's a $40 per share, so that was an $80 profit. So what some traders would do, just in case this continues to drop all the way down and to prevent any further loss, some traders would actually sell this at a loss. And the loss is only a very short-term loss. We're going to, from this purchase price of roughly $231, we're only looking at an $11 loss if we were to sell this. Now, other traders would sell it just to take that particular loss, but in the long run, losing $10 compared to a $90 gain, it's still a positive outlook or positive return for JBL. But I'll just hold it because they pay a dividend, and JBL is a company that from concept to finished product, they design all types of products and tools that help with manufacturing and automation. Anything that you can think of that's in manufacturing and having to do with the supply chain, that Jabil is a full support company. So they're not going anywhere. And honestly, I don't know that much about every single stock that I have purchased. I'm mainly a momentum trader. I find stocks where we have a cross in momentum and I buy that. So I know they're a big company. They're good at what they do and they're not going anywhere is my firm belief. But anyway, we'll move on to Amgen, pharmaceutical company. They've been down for a while. I only have 1 share. I already have a limit order. I don't know why this was on the list. I guess it was because we have a cross. We have a cross, 2 days ago maybe. Then we have a confirmation. I might have counted it as a cross yesterday as opposed to 2 days ago. I'm looking for confirmation today so I can clean that off of my list. And then we are finished with our sell list. So now we will move to our buy list. Oh, there's one more to look at, JP Morgan for our sell list. So JP Morgan, we had price cross both below the fast and the slow moving averages today. But actually this is already a continuation from a cross from all the way back to 5 days ago. And another cross below the slow moving average 4 days ago. We had price rise and we had price fall again. We had price go back up and touch the slow moving average, but it fell. And then today we definitely have a confirmation that JP Morgan likely, we have a nice strong downtrend on the MACD and the RSI is moving down pretty strongly. So we're going to go ahead and see if we're able to sell any at a profit, which I am not able to sell any at a profit. The least expensive JPM we have is at 291.34. So we'll set a sell order for JPM. Come to our watch list, right click, sell order 1, and we're looking to sell that at 291. 10% of the first digit in the 200s would be 20. So we're going to add 20 cents to our purchase price of 291.34, which would be 54. So 291.54. We're good till cancel. Confirm that. Now I truly believe that that is our entire sell list. So now we're going to the buy list. So our first thing on the buy list, cross that off, First thing on the buy list that we're going to look at is SHW, which is Sherwin-Williams. They've got a cross and a nice price action. The problem with Sherwin-Williams, we've got a couple of things going against it. We still have the MACD line, which is below the midline of the histogram, which statistically is not a good opportunity for price to continue in the upward direction. It can stay below here, touch the line, maybe cross a little bit, and then come back down. But if it's this low, it might stay down here for a while. And we also have that the economy possibly may not be doing very well in the near future, given people are expected to downturn due to tariffs. So customers may not be spending money on paint and repairs. So the next one we're going to look at is, we're just going to leave Sherwin-Williams alone. We'll take a look at it tomorrow. If we have price turn around and go back up, maybe we'll buy it. But for today, we're going to just go back. We're just going to continue to take a look at Cisco. Here we've got price action, came down towards the histogram on the MACD as we have a cross and it's moving up, which is a strong signal. We have an RSI that's not oversold, overbought. It's not above the top of the range of the RSI, so it might still have some room to run. And we have a strong cross. Price action was pretty largest yesterday. It was actually some of the best movement in the last 3 months, except for this particular day, although we have a solid candle move. And we have continuation here today, so we're going to buy Cisco. I would like to purchase 12 to be completely full of the share, so that's 4 books of 3, so we're going to buy 12. Again, I cannot purchase in the active trader because it's after hours. So I'll type in Cisco. Wait, where is it? It's got to be up here somewhere. There it is. All right, so we're going to buy, set up a purchase order. We're going to go to 12, so we'll just type in a 1 or a 2 there, and our current price is $70.18, and we're good till cancel, confirm and send. Oh, I accidentally had 123 shares. I need to take a better look at that. All right, buying. Come on. There's 12. We have 12. Current price is $70.18. Let's just drop it down to 15, 13, and see what happens. Good till cancel. All right, that's still a 12. Confirm and send. All right, we bought it at $7.09. We bought 8 at $70.02. So there's our 12 shares of Cisco. Now we have 2 stocks that are on the move. One is Lowe's. Problem is, their price action is still below the overall month. So this is the chart. It's the 1 month aggregation. So each candle is a month, and price action, even though it's moving up, it's still below the slow moving average on the monthly chart. So that's not a good indication. I mean, it can be a good indication. Sometimes when price is moving this strongly, instead of buying all of the full book of this particular stock, and with Lowe's it would be 4 books, would be 4 books of 1 share each. I might just buy 1, but I'm going to let it go for now just because of the possible future economic situation, just like with Sherwin-Williams. Another stock is Ross Stores. Same thing on the month, they're moving, but on the daily chart, you got a 3-month and a day. They have a significant increase. They've already gained $15. That's a good move. And we also have a MACD cross. So all 3 of these indicators are a pretty strong move for Ross, but just because price is currently below the slow moving average on the 1 month chart, I'm just going to hold off on these. Also, that leaves cash in the account. So if price does fall fast and sharp, which can happen sometimes, I'll have money available to purchase when there's a dip. So we're just going to leave Ross alone. So those are all of the stocks that I had to do to look at for the buy triggers for today. So we'll just close out the charts. We'll go back to SPY. There's that. Now I'll pull up the trading activity results for today. For today, we'll just round it down to $259 of realized gains from the trades that we made today. And we have in our portfolio, we are up 15.16% compared to the S&P 500 at 8.69 year to date. And I also put the NASDAQ in there today, and they are up 10.03%. So my performance, we are outperforming both the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, and we're also beating the Dow Jones. So I'm showing you this so you can see that I'm making money, and if you choose to follow me and you choose to copy some of the trades, it's quite likely that you too can be making some additional money. We can help increase your profits. If you're currently a struggling trader, we can also teach you how to become a trader. I trade every day that the markets are open, and I show my trades within this particular strategy. And this strategy is a swing trading strategy. I have multiple strategies. I have several accounts, but in this account and the videos I'm creating to help you be a better trader, they are trades that you do not need to make the trades on the very same day that I make them, because we're looking for trades that once we have a cross, it may run for, in this particular case, we're looking at 3 months. Here's a 3-month run of the S&P 500. Yeah, we could pull up a couple more stocks. Let's come down here and look at, here's a Carnival Cruise, same thing. They had a nice 3-month run before they just crossed, and the plan is to buy low, sell high. We'll just come down here. This is DLO, same thing. Of course, they didn't have a 3-month run, but I didn't make any purchases in DLO. I've been holding DLO since before the tariff announcements back in February. So let's just look at Goldman Sachs. Another 3-month run so far, and they're still going. This is JP Morgan. Here's a 3-month run as well. All right, let's close this down, go back to reset at SPY. Now, most of my day, another reason I'm making these videos, because most of my day I spend researching and looking up stocks. So you don't, particularly if you're new, so you don't have to. So it'll be a little bit easier on you. Most of you are going to have jobs that you go to every day, and you're working 8, 9, 10, 11 hours a day. And then you got everything having to do with life, whether you've got kids or a partner or a spouse or a husband or a wife or grandparents and parents, friends. So I make these videos so you can just possibly come home, pop up the video, open up your computer, and if you choose to make some of these trades, you'll be in and out, and well, as long as it takes to watch the video, or you can fast forward to the watch list, which I'm not going to make the watch list today. It's already 7:25. I'm already running super late. That's why I didn't have any other intros or outros. It's just the charts today. So I hope you're getting something from the video. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Please reach out if you have any questions. I'd love to help you get into the markets and start saving for your retirement. Thank you very much, and have an incredible rest of your Thursday.